Hi, so this is my last in the series of my reading reviews of Marcel Proust's In Search of Lost Time. I actually wrote my Goodreads review of this a few weeks ago and hadn't done the video for it yet. I'm thinking to myself, why didn't I want to do the video? And I think it was just severing that connection that I had with this book. I mean, we were together for over a year, the last year of my 30s, and it was a really great time. This book was a companion to me, and I guess it was just a little bit hard to let it go. But as with all things, they must end. And this ended, I must say, beautifully. It was my favorite of the volumes. He brought everything together so well in this last volume. There was a lot of maturation of characters that happened, including himself, which I was very happy to see, especially concerning others and concerning his treatment of women throughout the novel. They seemed much more in depth, and he kind of took a critical look at himself as the narrator and protagonist of this book. I also got to see a lot more of his tender side in this last volume as a narrator, and there were a lot of musings on writing and the artistic process and time, which of course the book is called In Search of Lost Time. Time becomes almost like a deity in the end of the book, or a place, embodiment of a place. He even calls time the embodiment of a place, and it really gets you thinking about your own life and what time means to you. I think time can be any of those things, right? Time can be a deity, depending on how you utilize it in your life. It can also be like this ticking clock as you're going through work, or it can be much more fluid. Especially, in this novel, he has these sections of memory. But I guess for in our own lives, maybe when we're doing something we love, or we're in flow, as Mihai Csikszentmihalyi would say, in a state of flow. But I really, really was impressed with the language in here as well. He did it just very masterfully, put this together. He keeps themes throughout the entire 5,000 pages, or however long it is. One of the great themes in the book is the magic lantern. And so if you're reading this for the first time, pay attention to the magic lantern. Also pay attention to Arabian Nights, and I would suggest reading in Arabian Nights. I think I've said this before, but why not say it again? Reading in Arabian Nights before you read the book, it will add a lot of layer and depth to it. And our narrator really loves Arabian Nights. That Madame Verdurin at the end, or in this book, not the end of the book, but during this book, she gets a prescription for a croissant, which is just, you need to pay attention to that part. I'm not going to blow it for you, but it put a huge smile on my face. He also looks at what is a pure state? What is a fragment of time that is in its most pure state? And I think the resolution that he comes to is art, or writing, or both, because writing is a form of art. And I have to agree with him there, that being part of that pure state of art, either experiencing it in the way of reading a book, or writing it, the way of being a writer, or even I would say, to add to that, fine art, or music, or even the art of science. These are all things that can create that pure state, that pure fragment of time. And I'm sure you have many pure fragments of time in your own life. It could be eating an ice cream, or reading a poem, or kissing the one you love. Let's see. Multiple identities in a single person. This is something that I guess we're all aware of, but he really fleshes it out in each of the characters. Not every character, I should say, but in a lot of the characters, he fleshes out this idea of how we have multiple identities in the different scenarios that we have, social scenarios, right? Like we're a different person when we're with our boss, then we're a different person when we're with our friends, and then we're a different person maybe with our lover or child, or parent. Each one of those is a different identity that we conform to, and what does that mean? And how does that create a whole picture of a person? The end of the book is absolutely, the last couple of pages, just brilliant and lovely, and I would read it to you. But if you have not read the book, I don't want to blow it for you that moment. But it does harken back to the beginning of the book in Volume 1, and the image that he uses to embody that awakening that he has, and it is an awakening, is just such a great image that I think will stick with me for a long time. I do want to thank everybody that has been with me on this video journey through the whole thing. It has been a gift, and it's been a gift to have you all along with me, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful for Proust for writing this, and I just feel complete having read this book, and I hope you get that same sense of completeness. I would recommend that you read it. Maybe I'll read it again in another 40 years. In fact, let's make that a goal right here on video so that I keep myself honest that when I'm 80, or 79 to 80, I'm going to read this again, and maybe I'll do another video series if such things are going on. Anyway, thanks again. I appreciate all of you. Take care.